Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Today we'll analyze the games between Magnus and between the games between Coron and Fabiano. Yesterday there was a second day of the 2024 Class Chess Champ Showdown, and I want to special analyze the games between Magnus and Fabiano. At the end, the result was Fabiano won Magnus Carlsen 2-0, and it was satisfying, fascinating win. And we are going to analyze those two fascinating games. I hope you're ready. Let's start. Fabiano with a white piece starts the game with an e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5 with the Spanish up, knight f6, castle knight f4, d4, knight e6. It is most of all going to George line, but Fabiano says, I'll go for the bishop b takes c6, d takes c6, d e, knight f5, queen takes d8, king d8, h3 played by Fabiano Corona. Just me want to play g4 ideas in the air, or like stop h5 ideas. Once Carlsen plays king d8, Suna Magnus is a very player in the endgames, but however Fabiano managed to win Magnus Carlsen in the endgame. This is replayed by Fabiano, h5, bishop f4, bishop e7, rook d1, bishop a6, and now Fabiano instantly spotted that I could just after bishop a6, I'll come knight g5 and just maybe get the bishop pair after that. I just maybe completely leave the bishop pair. And Fabiano plays it. Knight g5 and Magnus finds the best one in the position. Rook a6, a very powerful move. If you would have play like a d6 for example, Fabiano could have taken and the pawn structure would have been not good for Magnus, and endgame will be not an easy position for Magnus. For this reason, Magnus plays bass rook e6, rook e1, h4, knight e6, rook e6, knight e4 played, maybe trying to come bishop g5, b5, knight g5, maybe e6 ideas can come here too. Rook 6, knight 4, c5, c3 played by Fabiano because Magnus Carlsen idea was from knight e4 attack and give some pressure to Fabiano. Of course, Fabiano sees it and plays c3, c4, g4. After g4 move, you can see that Magnus is 3 minutes low on time, 2 minutes low on time against Fabiano. After g4 is a good move, by the way. It's the only move in the position, and Magnus finds it, takes, and it was in the game too. d5 played by Magnus cutting the game some space on the queen side. King f2 played b4, rook 2, just double on the rooks on the d5. Rook b8, an inaccuracy or mistake by Magnus Carlsen, because after h4 takes this b takes c3, and if it is rook e b6, there's h5, and you can come h6, h7 in the idea. So g4, knight e6, takes knight f6, ideas can come to ideas in the air. But instead of that, h4, most rook e6, not a bad move too. Count Fabiano plays h5, king f8, c4 played instantly by Fabiano, knight e6, and now a very bad move by Colonel Fabiano played king f3, a very strong move by the way. If anyone will be instead of Colonel Fabiano or me, I would have taken on this g6, h6, now rook e7. You will think that he's having not a good pawn structure, but of course Fabiano understood the position well and played king f3. Rook takes, rook takes a2. Now we can see in the positions that Magnus Carlsen is up a pawn, but if generalize the position, of course Fabiano Caruana is the wing position because of the active pieces on the board. Fabiano plays g5, the only great move in the game. And knight f5, king e4, d6, h6, g6, e6, a very strong move by the way. e6, bishop d6, a very a blunder or mistake in the position because after 96 there's 97 possibilities. And Magnus Carlsen took B-Tech 3, and after before Magnus played B-Tech 3, his time was taking low. It was 1 minute, but after he played it with 60 seconds remaining. And the best move was takes legs and rocket one and was made in 9 moves. But Fabiano missed it, of course, and played rocket one. So that there will be no difference between BB6 and rocket one. Magnus took king of 4, rook e7, a very strong move by the way. Rook e7, knight e7, rook e8 check, king 7, rook takes b8. After in this position, we can see that Corona is at the rook, but Magnus has material against rooks against the bishop and 2 pawns. Rook takes b2 inaccuracy by Magnus Carlsen, rook takes b2, c takes b2, 95 check, king 6, knight 4, c3, 92. It's a winning position, but yeah, after king d5, Magnus Carlsen resigned the game, and it was a very fascinating game for sure. But of course, the favorite in this game, in this matchup, was of course the great Carlsen Magnus, but Fabiano did a very good job and defeated Magnus Carlsen in the first game. Let's go to the second game between Magnus Carlsen and Fabiano Caruana. Now this time Magnus Carlsen was using white pieces. d4, Magnus starts game with d4, d5, knight f6, c4, d takes c4, and queen a4 check, knight b d7, knight c3. It's a theory in the opening 2, e6, bishop f4, e6, e4, b5, knight takes b5, a takes b5, queen a8, bishop b4, and a blunder by Magnus Carlsen. It seems that Carlsen Magnus didn't know the opponents very well. While king e2 is blundering in this position, the theory continues with bishop d2 or with knight d2. These are both good moves, but Magnus chose the worst way, not a good move, and played a blunder king e2, which no one expected to. And so for 2 minutes as well. King e2, e5 instantly played by Fabiano. It's a rule that when your king is in the middle of the center, you have to open the center and explode the king side. King e2, e5, which Fabiano did it good. He takes e5, knight e5, a brilliant move by the way. If Fabiano Caruana would have taken knight e5, there would be bishop e4 and the queen would be hanging. Good move. Rook e1, knight d3 played by Fabiano, queen c6 check, bishop d7, queen c7, queen e8, queen a8 just to attack e4 and pressure on Magnus Carlsen. Queen b8 check, king e7, queen a8, knight f4 check, king e3, rook e8. King e4 played by Magnus, rook e2, and after rook b1. It's a very blunder move, which costed Magnus Carlsen the game. d5 check is the best move of the game and top first Asian move. d5 played by Fabiano for 25 seconds. King d5, knight e4 check, knight e4 check, king f4, knight f2, rook d1, bishop d6 check. Fabiano was playing all the best moves. Knight e4, king h4, bishop c5, and Magnus played the last move, which costed him the game. After rook h1, we can see that it's made him 4, but Fabiano missed it because there was a time scramble with Magnus and Fabiano. Rook h1, bishop f5, which he missed rook e6. By the way, to make rook e6 was made in 1, but unfortunately Fabiano misses it and plays bishop f5 instead. It's fun, but he could have won the game in 4 moves. Bishop f5, g4 played, bishop e6, bishop f3, b4, rook f1, b3, g5, bishop f2 instantly played by Fabiano, rook f2, knight f2, bishop e6, bishop f1, king d6, king d3, knight f4 check, king f4, knight c5, and king e3 is the final blunder of the game because after king e3, Fabiano can play knight a4 and pawn. But Magnus Carlsen missed it. Knight d2, knight b2, king d4, and there are 2 incredible passes on the queen side. king e7, h4, f6. Fabiano blunders it due to a time scramble. F6 a blunder to knight e4, e takes g5, h8 takes g5, f plus bishop f5, rook e1, bishop e4, a blunder. These are time scrambles between both of them, so we're making blunders in every most of the moves. The rook e1, a good move, bishop e4, a blunder too by Fabiano, rook e4 check, king e7, and the final blow of the game was king c3. Magnus set was knight e1 check, king b4, rook c2, rook e1, knight b2, and the final blow of the game was bishop h3, and after knight d6 check, Magnus resigned the game, which costed Fabiana to earn $4,000 in 2 matches, and it was very satisfying. Of course, we expected Magnus to win in both of the games or have a draw or win, but Fabiano turned the cases down and won Magnus Carlsen in a very fascinating game. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you like and subscribe my YouTube channel. See you in my next video.